Hey everybody, Steve Raiken here with the Raiken Profit YouTube channel. How's everybody doing? Welcome to another video. In this video, I wanted to share with you guys 11 items that I sold recently within my Amazon FBA store. So it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and I want to kind of keep you up to date with, the types of items that I'm selling on Amazon, the types of items, that are selling well and making me money, in hopes to be able to help you to be on the lookout for these types of items when you're out at thrift stores, garage sales, maybe even a pawn shop or a retail store, to go out there and flip them and make some money for yourself. So with that being said, if you're ready to dive into this video, let's get this show on the road. All right, so the first item that I sold is called a Zoob Bot, and it's a construction set by Great Gizmos. And I remember picking this up probably had to be 7 or 8 months ago, and I picked it up with Jameson. We were out going to a bunch of Barnes and Nobles, and we were out sourcing these Monopoly games and whatnot. And I ended up coming across this item, and it was going for like a ridiculous price, like $100 plus. Merchant fulfilled, and I was trying to merchant fulfill it, and it didn't sell. It didn't sell. It just sat there and sat there, even though it had a good rank. So I'm not really sure what was going on there. But I decided to, put it in my FBA inventory, and it took a while to sell, but it did sell for $43. The game is Zoob Bot. Looks like there's only one customer review, so I like to try to find toys that have good customer reviews. In multiple ones, 10 to 15, 20. It just proves, the social proof, and it tends to sell quicker. Looks like this is a 220,000 rank right now in Q4, so not bad at all. But that was a nice little flip right there. I believe I want to say I paid $10 or $15, so didn't make a ton of money on this item, but you'd be surprised. This wasn't even on clearance. I was just going through random toys last year scanning, and came across this, and it was going for some good money. So make sure to get out there and scan those products. The second item that I sold during this live sales update is the game Jumanji. I love the movie Jumanji, and the Jumanji game actually does really well. Not only used, but of course, brand new sealed. This is a game that was released, I believe, early 2000s. I know there's definitely a little bit of age to this game when it was originally created, but I had this thing brand new sealed. I actually sniped this off of another third-party seller on, I believe, eBay, and it was kind of like a Q4 play for me. So I think I paid 100 and sold it for 200. So I made about 40 or $50 when all was said and done. And there's a lot of opportunities out there with board games. Kind of speculation plays where you buy it, during kind of like the off season outside of Q4, and then when Q4 hits, you speculate based on your research. If you look at Camel, 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 or Keepa and in different charts, you speculate that it's going to go up in price, and that's what I did. And I sold it for 200. I want to see what's going on right now with the prices. If I could have gotten more or less. So let's see. Is anybody even selling it new right now? So there's only, let's see. So somebody's selling it for 189.95. Prime, and then after that it goes, jumps up to 219, 237. So this might be a good opportunity for you to look on eBay to snipe the game off, at a cheaper price and sell to FBA. But I do that once in a while, and it was definitely a cool little flip right there. So that was pretty sweet. The third item that I sold was this old software. Not really sure what it does. Microsoft Visio Standard 2002 old version. Looks like this runs off of Windows. I don't remember what I paid for it. If I was to guess, probably $5 to $10. Quite often I find these old softwares at thrift stores. They don't really know how to price it. It's outdated. They don't think anybody wants it. But there's people out there for one reason or another who are willing to pay really good money for this old software, especially if it's brand new. I sold mine for $78. Looks like the price has dropped down to $65.99 Prime, but prices on these types of items jump all over the place. If you have old software, something old and it's brand new, factory sealed, there's not a lot of sellers. You can dictate the price to an extent, and that's what I did, and that was a pretty nice flip. Next item that sold is this Wheel of Fortune handheld electronic game. This was by Hasbro, and this was brand new sealed. I shared this in one of my, I think it was a Periscope, or maybe it was a haul video I did. I don't remember, but I remember sharing this. I believe I want to say I paid $6 for this at a Goodwill. in my local town, and this took probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. It sat for a while, surprisingly. I think there was a whole bunch of new sellers that were popping in from time to time, and the price was changing. But going down, looking at the rank, 240,000 rank in toys, which is respectable. The customer reviews are a little 2.7 out of 5 stars. So who knows? There's a chance that somebody could open this up, right, and play it, and maybe they don't like it and return it, and I kind of get stuck with that. I could try to open up a case with Amazon, but you never know what could happen in that situation. So you're always playing with fire in a sense when there's not really good customer reviews, but it's pretty common for electronics to have bad reviews because there's just so many things that could go wrong. There's so many pieces in these electronic items that it's easy for them to break, or something just goes wrong. So that was a really cool flip right there. Made about $50 profit. Next up is one of my favorite board games of all time, not only to play, but to sell. There's some great resell in this board game. This board game is created by Robert Kiyosaki, who is the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I believe it's like one of the uh, all-time best time sellers in the finance and business category within books. I think it's even been like created into, like, I don't know, like a million different languages. So Robert Kiyosaki has a huge following, not only as an author, but he created his board game called this whole series called Cash Flow. Make your money work for you, so you don't have to work hard for money. This was actually used. I think I want to say I paid $10 and sold it for 50. So it wasn't an amazing flip. Probably made, I don't know, $25. But be on the lookout for this game, Cash Flow, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you want to learn a little bit more about business and finance, and just kind of like from a 30,000 foot overview of kind of like how these businessmen operate and how they think, definitely look into investing in this Cash Flow board game just as a consumer. Next up is another board game that I flipped. I paid $10 for this board game right here, which was a fantastic find. I love finding these themed Monopoly board games. Just the other day, I found a Family Guy Monopoly game, which is going for, I think I've got it up for sale for like 70 or 80, somewhere around there. But themed Monopoly board games, brand new factory sealed, go for really big bucks. Paid 10, sold for $78, made about $50 right there. Let's take a look at the reviews and the seller rank. So it looks like this is 113,000 in toys and games, which is phenomenal. Right, Q4, anything sub 500,000 is pretty good. If you're buying a single item, if you're going deep into an item, I wouldn't recommend buying a bunch of them if it's 500,000 or 800,000. But if you've got one or two of an item and it's sub 1 million, let's even go there, sub 1 million during Q4, it's probably going to sell. 4 out of 5 stars, 17 customer reviews, definitely a respectable item, definitely a respectable brand, and definitely just a cool item to flip right there. Next up is a pair of Under Armour women's fleece pants, and I don't remember exactly what I paid. I want to say I paid about $10 for these. Um, I buy clothing from time to time from stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls. Sometimes you could find discounted name brand clothing at a good price, like Patagonia, the North Face, Under Armour, from like Dick's Sporting Goods. You just got to be on the lookout. And during different times of the year, these stores are going to blow out certain items, right? So, when springtime's coming about, they're gonna try to blow out all the winter stuff, and vice versa. So be on the lookout, at these retail stores. They only have so much room, and they've got to get rid of their stuff. So this was a cool flip. It did sit for a while. I want to say it probably sat for like 6 months, which, for some people it might be worth it, depending on your cash flow and the money that you have invested. For others who are brand new and you're dealing with cash flow issues and you're trying to get your money out as quick as possible to reinvest back in the business, it might not be a smart move. But when it comes to clothing, I like to focus on, sub 20,000. Let's see what the rank is on this. Oops, I don't know what's going on here. Doesn't look like it's even ranked. There's not even any reviews. So that's probably why it took so long to sell. Next item that sold is a Barbie of Swan like Teresa as the Fairy Queen toy. I don't remember again how much I paid. I'm sorry, guys. There's just so many items that I'm buying and selling on Amazon. It's kind of hard to keep track, but I do know that about 2 months ago, I hit up a Walmart extremely hard. They were clearancing out a bunch of toys. I don't know why, especially when Q4 was coming up. Maybe because they had a whole new series of stuff coming in. I don't know what the reason is, but I popped on a ton of Barbie stuff, and it's been selling really, really hot. Sold that for 42. Next up is this Othello board game that I popped on for, I want to say $3.99 at a Goodwill that was about 30 minutes out from where I live. I shared this in one of my haul videos as well. Ended up putting this on Amazon and sold it for 38. Looks like the price went up a little bit, but brand new board game, outdated, good stuff right there. Here we have a DVD that I sold, and I only sold this for 15 bucks. But the reason why I wanted to share this with you is if you're approved to sell on DVD and you know what you're doing, and what I mean by that is you know the item's not bootlegged, because it's something you definitely don't want to do, sell fakes on Amazon. If you know that you have an authentic DVD and it's new sealed, especially, those are my favorite ones to sell. There's a great market on Amazon FBA for DVDs. Now, if you're nervous, if you're worried, because if you do some research into DVDs on Amazon, there's a lot of horror stories. There's been plenty of people who have gotten kicked off because of, I guess they say it's a false, an authentic claim. Somebody says, hey, I sent in a real DVD. The customer says it's fake, and then Amazon kicks them off or suspends them. So, there is that risk there with DVDs. But if you are confident in yourself, DVDs can make you some really good money. Now, as a backup plan, if you're not comfortable selling DVDs on Amazon, throw them on eBay. I've been selling DVDs on eBay like hotcakes lately. I actually popped on this whole series of these. It's kind of like P90X, but it's created by somebody else. Popped on like 10 of them, and $6 each, and they've been selling for like 30 to 40 bucks each the last couple days. So that's just one example there. But DVDs can make you some really good money. And before I go, of course, I got to share with you a book that I sold. This isn't a huge profit on this book, but the reason I want to share this with you is because this book was actually created in 2002, which makes it about 14 years old, and it sold for 15 bucks, $15. And again, I paid $1, sold it for 15, probably made, I don't know, 8 or 9 bucks profit. But the reason I share this with you is to not discriminate against outdated books, right? I showed you board games that were outdated that were selling. I've showed you electronics in the past. I've showed you so many things that are outdated that sell software. And the same is true. The same stands true for books, right? All because a book was created in 1995 or 2002. Don't think to yourself, who'd want that book? It's outdated. For some reason, there's an ass for every seat, people like to say. And for some reason, somebody out there, the billions of people out, making up this earth, they want that specific item. So don't judge the market, just give the market what it wants. And you could better read the market based on customer reviews, the best sellers rank, different things like that. And this is a 389,000 rank in books, which is respectable. Books is a huge category. So just want to share that with you guys. Go out there, scan, and don't discriminate based on age. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this sales update. Things have been going well. I know I've been kind of stepping back a little bit from the videos, and every now and then I have to kind of cycle in and out from different things in business and making videos, just so I could stay creative and motivated. So I apologize for not making so many videos lately. I'm actually focusing also on creating my own e-commerce store. And I've been learning a lot about different marketing tactics and getting people to, your own e-commerce store, which is a whole nother game. If you're selling on eBay and Amazon, you don't have to worry about that because, eBay and Amazon does the marketing for you. They do the retargeting, they're running the ads, they're doing the email marketing, they're ranking in the search engines, all that stuff. Well, that's actually something I'm taking on, and I'm learning a lot about that. So maybe in the future we could talk about that, but I'm kind of just getting started with that. So yeah, been busy, doing well. Hopefully you guys are rocking on. If you guys enjoy this type of content, do me a big favor and hit that like button below. Leave a comment, right? Let me know what types of items have you been selling. Do you have any amazing scores that you've popped on lately? Leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to get back to each and every one of you guys. So thanks again for watching. Have a spectacular day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.